word is un-American and equivalent to the N-word. Here's the quote from the transcript. Today, most people find the N-word and the F-word incredibly offensive. Let's hope that most, if not all people, will feel the same way about words illegals and illegal immigrants in the not-too-distant future. These are people lawlessly trying to break our country, lawlessly trying to bankrupt the nation, saying your children belong to the state. And then the White House resident tranny, according to Joan Rivers, I thought she was a snapping turtle myself, the first lady comes out and says, don't use the word bossy. It has an anti-feminine quality, anti-feminist connotation, as if it does. Or as if it did, so what? It's your free speech. We need to be brash and use words they don't like on purpose, so these authoritarian control freaks who think they sit up there and lecture you and tell you what words you can use. Remember what happened last year when the city of Seattle said do not bring paper brown bags to work because it's offensive to minorities, because they're brown? And you go, that's crazy. No one's ever used brown bag in a racial connotation. But so what if they did? It just means a cheap paper bag. This is crazy. But then you understand, they know it's crazy. It's meant to say, we define everything. Don't use brown paper bags. Don't use the word bossy. Don't have a Nerf gun in your backyard with your friends. We'll expel you from school, even though there's no authority to do it. It's the raw, naked, crazy exercise of power. To say, we're going to flood the country with 30 million illegals, legalize them, and let them bring their family members in, and if you don't like it and you don't like paying for it, you're a racist. Excuse me? If you don't turn your guns in, you're in the Ku Klux Klan. Excuse me? The NRA was founded by the North at the end by Christians to arm blacks against the Klan. On record, indisputable fact. And you're saying it's the Klan. And of course it's going to stir up a bunch of racist whites as well. Generally low income, who've been competing against immigrant labor and who've had immigrants do racist things to them. Look, you take the average redneck poor white person, the closest people there to is a redneck Mexican. The Mexicans I know are more redneck than any white person I know. Cowboy trucks, cowboy hats, even listen to country music, because that's where the cowboy culture came from. Was Spain? It came from Mexico, folks. I don't have anything against those people, but they are taking them and branding them and getting Latin American immigrants that are mainly communist and are not really a Spanish culture, which is European. It's not even Mesoamerican. It's just socialist dictatorships for 70, 80 years. And it goes on and on and on, and they just get up here, and it's a total takeover. Let's play the Hispanic Ku Klux Klan, Mecha La Raza, down there bullhorning in Marietta, California, saying Viva La Raza, up with the race of Hispanics. Here it is. I mean, that is a race-based group. 100%. And that's nothing. I mean, if people are freaked out by this, I literally have hundreds of clips of all this stuff that we're just going to be airing here on the air and doing special reports on. In fact, get a bunch of them queued up for tomorrow. And if we can, for the nightly news tonight, I want to shoot a special report on this that will also air tomorrow with all the different La Raza clips and, again, and the mayor of Austin saying Hispanics are the superior race. I mean, this is out of control. And they take the most poor, dumbed-down people who have no future and who literally think white people are out to get them and blacks are out to get them. And I don't understand why on Spanish radio it's acceptable, to call black people blackbirds, which is the N-word in Mexico, mayata. And things are so politically correct, I use that term. It's like I was bad using it. No, it's documentary form. I am detailing what's going on here. The truth is, I know what comes around goes around. I want black people super rich and affluent and powerful and successful, because that's who I want to be around. I want Hispanics to be super powerful, affluent, successful, and amazing. If I like your music or I like your culture, I like you. I don't look at what color you are. And quite frankly, there is an attack on white culture because it's seen as Western civilization to override it by the Democratic Party, by the Southern Poverty Law Center, and other groups. And I, quite frankly, am sick of it. I'm sophisticated enough putting up with racism my whole life from blacks and Hispanics, the minority of those that have bought into this. I'm sophisticated enough to not blame all blacks or Hispanics. But most people aren't as sophisticated as I am. And a lot of whites who weren't racist are so sick of being treated badly when they were bleeding hearts that they're bouncing back the other direction, which is what the globalists want, is to create total balkanization, division. We are gang-related. We are race-based. We have to have a Bill of Rights Constitution gang. People are gang mentality. Well, how about we join the gang of liberty and freedom and equality? The next, my friends. That's why I only put out what I believe to be the absolute truth on air and what I believe empowers humanity across the board. I don't believe in win-lose situations long-term. I believe in win-win. And the advice I'm giving everyone out there, I don't care what color you claim you are, or what your religion is or where you came from, anything the globalists are pushing is bad. And everybody already knows that. Of course, Obamacare was a screw job. Of course, the government's publicly funding al-Qaeda worldwide to engage in killing up to 300,000 Christians in Syria alone. By the way, those Christians are brown, and they're killing white Christians in Ukraine. The globalists don't like Christians. And I don't mean these fake glitterbug Christians at the mega churches up there with their NLP brainwashing. State-run. I'm talking about the real Christians. Why is that happening? You think this government cares about you when they would fund al-Qaeda taking over Iraq, Syria, Libya, and areas of Egypt, crucifying Christians upside down, blowing up their churches? And you think they really care about brown people from Latin America? They're using them as a weapon. You see, because I'm part of the Raza myself, the human race. And I think the Ku Klux Klan, if I've protested more than 15 times, is disgusting, mainly Fed-run, just like La Raza and Mecha is Fed-run, except they're Fortune 500 sponsored, and their garbage is force-fed on Hispanic youth across this country. It's despicable. You got all the White House funding secretly to Robert Rodriguez. That'll be coming out soon, to produce all these La Raza TV shows. Yeah, state-run media. We've been working on that investigative report for a while. Obama, the Mexican Mafia, and Robert Rodriguez. Remember who got the script for Machete? They said it wasn't the script. Turned out it was the script. Is there nothing America won't put up with, huh? Is there nothing? Briefly, we need your financial support, ladies and gentlemen. And Super Male Vitality is off the chart. It is the best overall male empowering system out there. Everybody that sees me in person goes, my God, you've lost so much weight. Your muscles are much bigger. You have more energy. What it's done to my skin has just been, I'm getting the same amount of sun I always got. Now I'm like brown. Love it. And the point is that it's the Super Male Vitality and the X2. And I take it morning, noon, and night 3 times a day in water, sometimes straight. But I found it's better with water. And I drink it down morning, noon, and night. It is the elixir, and it funds our operation. You've heard the reviews. Just try it. My goodness, at least you're supporting the tip of the spear in the info war. Just take the challenge. Consult a physician beforehand. It is amazing. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to see all the videos and scientific breakdowns. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Second hour with a special guest coming up.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
in the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operations.
Let the worst people get controlled and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime Directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
A popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun and you can feel it.